on one hand, Hezbollah succeeded in building a huge arsenal of rockets, around 150,000 rockets, aiming at Israel. Also, Hezbollah has acquired a very good experience in fighting in Syria. And the last point, Hezbollah is reinforced by the success of Syria, of Assad, and Iran, and its forces against the Islamic State. But on the other hand, Hezbollah has lost more than 1,000 soldiers were killed during the war since 2012, and around 5,000 soldiers of Hezbollah were wounded during this war. And the last point, Hezbollah failed in rebuilding what Tzahal was forced to destroy during the Second Lebanon War. So Hezbollah is strong on one hand and weak on the other hand. And you have the best proof of it, of the weakness, the real and deep weakness of Hezbollah. Nasrallah, yesterday, when it was all the very big meeting at El Khiyam in Lebanon, and he didn't appear. He remained in his hole, and he was afraid from a strike of Israel, aiming to kill him. So, as a matter of fact, very good rhetoric, but zero action. Hezbollah is the best ally of Iran here in the region, and he proved it in its involvement in the Syria war and before in many occasions. The United States and Russia try to bring an effective ceasefire in Syria. But Iran wants to export its revolution, the Shia revolution. And the first step is to export it to Syria. It was after it succeeded in exporting it to Iraq. It was a Sunnite country, and now it's a Shiite country. And you have other factors of internal war in Syria. You have the majority of Syrians are Sunnite Muslims and not belonging to the Shia. So they will not accept the domination of Iran by his proxy Assad in Syria. The Sunnite Muslims will continue to fight Iran and its proxies in Syria. They will not allow them to dominate this country. More than it, there are internal wars between Sunnite Muslims in Syria. You have the Kurds, the Kurdish state wants Barzani, the leader of the Kurdish people, wants to have an independent state. And the Sunnite Arabs in Syria will not let him do it, and they will fight it. Okay, so you have many reasons for the war to continue in Syria, that's quite with very high probability that what will happen.
But you know, every time, every year, now it's 11 years after the Second Lebanon, and still Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah, sent a threat to Israel from his bunker. What do you think Israel need to do? You know, it's not normal guy.
Yeah. Israel should have destroyed this arsenal of rockets when it was a little arsenal. But now you have this, the problems in the region, and it's quite difficult now to enter a war while Hezbollah is involved in another war, and our neighbors are killing one another. And I think Israel is doing right not to be involved in this war. And wait and see. And Nasrallah is speaking 11 years, but not sending his soldiers to our frontiers and not firing any rocket towards Israel. So he's speaking. Let him speak.
You mentioned Syria. What's going on over there? You know, it's not in the news. It's quiet over there?
Well, in Syria? No, not quite at all. You have a huge problem now even for Jordan, because the Assad troops are succeeding to get into the southern part of Syria and being positioned just close to the frontier of Jordan. And it's a real aim for the Jordan kingdom. And you have the problems I mentioned before of internal wars between Sunnite factions, and the basic and main war in all the Middle East happening also in Syria between the Shia and the Sunnah here in our region.